It's me here, as raw as ever. This video is to raise awareness about something that's pretty darn awful in life that we can come across. That, if you get caught dwelling on it, then you're like in a double hole, right? But how do we get caught into it in the first place? See, I use this kind of like as a journal, and I haven't been able to just well, I think I've told some of my story, and some people, like, they really caught on to it, and I'm here to tell you, it's down to a strange wire that I would rather turn into a comedy, and I would rather transmute it by a higher-minded thing, like exposure, like, well, why is it happening in the first place that we have to be exposed to these kinds of people that are, man, it's so complex the way that they are, right? Ruining things. That just how many ways can you just simply ruin something, right? But they just do it in such a magical, however long it takes, right? They're there to break you down and take everything away from you and discombobulate you and all that. And you're thinking, after a while, you're thinking, well, this is all very necessary kind of a thing, right? When it's like, really, it's like, no. What's necessary is to reach out for the right help, get the right help for yourself, right? Man. And you can really, there's a reason that you don't do that, right? Which is not worth a damn, right? Well, for me, I think I kind of explained some of my stuff that I was going through, like to try and reach out, like basically, just in general, a lot of stuff went away. It's like over the last 4 years that it's been quite the hell of something going on to where I'm getting to into fruition about how what is going on around me, and I'm just in general, I'm asking for support again from just random strangers. I'm not somebody who's trying to hustle you. When we mention the troubles that we have with the kinds of people that we could end up attracting for whatever reason, I say you fell down a bit, right? And you were vulnerable. They take that as a weakness. They take that as a predator. Will just take that as a simple way to get in. Very, very primitive mindset. It's pretty much the mindset of most people. 80%. If you're doing the public education, yeah, because it's about like the obvious, and then if you miss it, too bad, right? Kind of a thing. It's like, oh, wait a minute, kind of like that saying where you see the cartoon where it says, well, why why are you asking all of these versatile kinds of possibilities of being here as human beings to do a same thing? Like you're asking all of the animals to climb a tree when only one of them knows how to climb the tree the best or something, and that's the monkey, and the elephant is left going, and you know what I mean? So, just that's an example of how it's possible that a whole bunch of people are incubated up to fit a certain slot only because they do the most basic, like, um I don't want to call it primitive, but it's very like it's the mechanisms of a human unenlightened person yet unawakened. They're just still trying to fit in like a toddler does to stay safe and to get fed, right? That's called attachment development. And having said that, I think it's safe to say that that's the only form of so-called love that they know, which is, man, that's not love. And it's time to start defining. See, we know how to call out the narcissist all we want, which is something very important to do, just to just go general and start explaining all of the handicaps that you can see and how it feels, and but it's very dangerous, right? So, but even see, what's more dangerous is the real life ones who have achieved love, because first of all, love is God, and I say that, make that funny face like this, and I might be making a funny face from now on because I'm going through such stress until I find out a good support system, and I'm pretty sure it has to happen through social media here. Why? Way more of amount of people are able to look at your message, and the fact that they have made so many different ways to just donate into somebody's so-called problem, you see. For me, it's just having fallen behind financially, just a little tiny bit. But it's enough to make me worry so much, how it can do. But I say that nobody needs to do that, and I think, I don't know why, that it's not happened yet, except for AI has to catch up with a technology here that says it's possible. Now the human being has to catch up with AI and has to catch it all and say, no, we go like this. Social economics in this institution or forum that says we have a standard to meet that's very electronic. If you don't ask me, if you ask me, they have, it's convenience. I mean, really, you just do everything over your electronic pay, just about everything. So if you can do that, there's no reason to just create like a lock safe to help us socially. It will be a social economic division. You have to just start speaking the language and see. It's up to the content creators, man. See, I try to get on this high-minded level of saying, no, this is not just my problem of needing finances and then being attacked by people who attack your need in every way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be that you need a job or something like that. It's more like, well, you don't even know what you need. Maybe your need is the profound need to find a teammate, or it's just a change coming in your life, which is actually a very beautiful point of finding what, pardon me while I'm fiddling with my keys here. See, I could tell you my story, man, and it kind of, it's like, okay, C19 sure did do a number on people, right? And I'm not like deflecting and saying I am a perfect person. No, I've witnessed myself do all kinds of weird things, and it's like, well, what does that come from? Well, it could be that you're being abused covertly by narcissists. It's possible that maybe you fucking endured it for a long, long time. And maybe, just maybe, that darn announcement over there about the C19 was benevolence, saying, okay, have you had enough of this shit? I mean, actually, we're fucking depressed that you don't even notice it. And now let's get this game or show on the road. Because watch out, be resilient. We've got to fucking clean this place up. And see, man, it's like an obvious now. It's like, oh, uh-oh, did you fall for it? Like, do you not have a strong mother in you, or a strong mother in your background that says, no, excuse me, but we know how to get sick and isolate and get over it? We actually kind of know that it's a spiritual thing, really, and if you are in the presence of idiots and long enough, you're going to get some kind of influence, and you should clean yourself up every once in a while. And that's, in fact, what's happening with kids, let alone babes. No, of course. At every angle. If you're not raising your high, see, that's the thing that became a myth or like laughed at immediately. The people that were of high vibrational frequency were laughed at. It's like, and all the hocus pocus came up. It's like, oh no, just go for the high. Stay smiling, stay eating well, stay exercising, stay on the high vibrational frequency tip, man. Practice your art, because that, when you're feeling good, and yeah, very important to watch what you consume, as all forms of nourishment, so-called entertainment, people, food, your beverages, because well, if you haven't noticed, and I don't know about you, but it was way before the phenomena of that kind of suggesting to you all kinds of stuff, as COVID-19 kind of did when it was announced, and everybody had to use their minds a little bit, and it failed, most of them. Way before then, I was ordered by the higher ups. I can tell you the story about it. I would love to get paid for an audiobook that lasts an hour to tell you my honest story about why I ended up not eating all of the meat that I used to eat and enjoy, right? Pork, of course, you love to eat pork and bacon and chicken and beef and see, I before I finally had a hard time, really just you can't stuff yourself with fast foods and shit, or you're really asking for it, man. You're asking to be a soldier for Satan over there that doesn't even have a damn awareness of um, the most powerful governments in the world can't solve homelessness, but apparently they can solve the what does it say? The thing, oh, the climate change by taxing you or something like that. Anyway, so getting back to the subject matter, I'm sorry about narcissism, which is the plague. I mean, really, I hate to tell you guys like this, but particularly you women, stop having kids until you become love itself and realize that no matter what happens, I know what love is, and if that person couldn't become a human being, really, I would suggest that you take full responsibility from the fucking get-go. And I've made like 400-bit videos, and some of it tells you just like this, and I keep zeroing in on it, and it's like I don't want to know about any of this, but this issue coming up, see, we can see where Venus is kind of cruising through Aquarius really slow, and that opposed, it was just with Pluto. It tells us that the feminine Aquarian nature, kind of high-minded feminine, is going to be like the thing in the background, or like holding hands with Pluto, just saying, "Hey, we're going to clean this shit up, right?" And it's like, "Yep, we sure are." And so there's where I'm saying, like that high technology, any of it, it's benevolence, whatever is testing us all on a massive scale at this point. Um, see, it's benevolence. It's trying to say, can you guys wake up and figure something out that will help you guys, because it is fucking looping and looping, right? Looping back and but the more trash that goes on, I mean, what are we to do? Right? Okay, thanks for listening to this. I'm actually in a lot of pain. I know where my pain comes from. I've been going through a lot, and it's like um I want to snap out of it, but how do you do it if you can't surround yourself with the right support system? And I'm saying social media is supposed to be it, not because I need it to work for me because I'm a con artist. No. In fact, I happen to think it's the number one thing. Because, well, all of the enlightened people like Thich Nhat Hanh and other really good guru type leaders that are so beautiful and simple and have opened up huge monasteries as much as they could to kind of isolate themselves from the crazy people who are minds imagining a life to be. Sorry, pardon me. And how do we get rid of this aggression and this feeling that we get? That it's just this agitation of, see, you can get just like worse than a narcissist when you're under the affliction of their crap, because it's like it's wearing on your nerves. Everybody getting sick because of that, and it's the truth. There's a certain nerve disorder that comes up with it, let alone your anxiety, but inflammation, yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that they're aiming at us from all angles. I know I've talked about this before, but please, man, I'm making this video again because it's like, here we go again, and I'm tripping out because it's like right at this wire, and I would rather make it a comedy of saying, well, actually, instead of me selling my entire potential dream off that could just be converted if I do the raise the vibrational frequency thing and switch things up and start advertising differently. Just have new friends, by the way. See the difference between me and a narcissist right now. See, narcissists have everything that you want, right? A house, a car, the good looks, and a bunch of people around them. See, the thing about me is I don't have anybody around me. And I haven't been like weirded out all my life like this. I think I'm capable of getting a job and getting some kind of money, but I'm looking at my skill set, right? And I'm thinking maybe it's more profound than just going and flipping hamburgers, like the kind of thing I've always kind of did, which is all that I'm looking at really is just like, oh, really? I'm looking at the influences, and it's just one, really. It's just terrible because it's nothing happening in my 3D, but this one thing that gets next to me, gets into me because I was in heavy duty need. And I'm kind of recording it here, and you can see my personality kind of change, which it's like, well, that's what happens when you are influenced by people. You know, it's okay to mirror each other, but when it starts to take away the best of you and making you think that you're permanently down and keeping you permanently down, it's a big, be careful. Like if it takes your sheen away, right, and makes you feel like that you're just wrong for expressing yourself anyway. That's where it's taking, man. I remember these kind of huevos, but please help me. Please help us all. You know, I would gladly make you more videos if I was to receive donations that rightly says, no, I support your well-being. I want to hear more of your story. I want to know what you think you should do next. I want to know about you and your life. See, I have some stuff coming up. It's like, it's not bad stuff. But see, I know pretty naturally not to expose every single thing to every single body. But boy, just one is enough. It's the wrong one. It's the holy heavenly fucking hearted wrong. In fact, the enemy. And you know it is when it can't communicate back to you, right? And you're kind of being cut off. And then now you're thinking that you should sell everything of the possibility that you can possibly be and get reorganized kind of under their like control or whatever. Just kind of somehow you just kind of a grandiose like, yeah, let's do it. I can save you. Furthering on like this is the solution when it's really undermining a simple fact that's like, well, wait a minute. All I need is $600 a month just to get that solid down. And I think I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, see, because we can get foggy-headed to the point where we're just about selling everything because we're worried about our taxes. It's like, no, actually, babes, 500 people. See, it doesn't have to be that I struggle with the 500 people that are so-called subscribed here, or really it's 12 to 1,800 if you get together all of your social media people, and if they all sent you $20. If you had 500 people, that's the amount that I owe in house taxes, where I would just, oh man, I would get rid of worry, that worry that it makes everybody just want to unlive themselves, and also um, unlivementness seems to be on a lot of people's minds. They just assume everybody unlive themselves also. It's just a big unliving game. But I want to get away from that. See, I say, and what was the language I was using in the beginning? Come on, adopt it. Pretend like it's your idea. Pretend like it's already here. Just say, fuck yeah, I can't. I'm so glad that we have formed by the way of the organization. Did I talk to you about resonation? Well, it means you're having a great time because you hit the truth. You're a human being and you like to hear the truth. You like to hear rhyme and reason. You like to see somebody creating. If it's not with just their hands, they're going to tell a little poetry that goes, fucking A, say that again? Well, that's not me. That's the truth there. And there's so much poetry out there. And it's okay to share Khalil Gibran or the man that cut off his ear. See, the thing is if it's the truth, it just seems to rhyme automatically. It's like, why did that happen? And see, that's when you're getting closer and closer to the fact of the universe, and it's okay, and you deserve this experience. The narcissists, we have a hard time with them because they don't know nothing about that. And they work really hard, and usually it's that money game, right? And to get to empower and control and start manipulating with that, and it's like, can we stop? Can we open a social system right here? That I'm saying that through artificial intelligence starts an algorithmic playing on people who get it. See, I'm going to close this video up now, and thanks for listening. But I'm looking at material that keeps coming up, and I'm just stifled. I'm staggered out. I need support. I need to be pulled up out of the fog. It's not very much that and I don't really care that the neighbors have gone crazy around me. I know what I like and I want to do around here, where I'm at. I'm established. I would love to share with whomever can hear and kind of mirror. Let's do the flattery mirror thing. Unlike the narcissist, which is saying, no, I know the truth. The truth is the same for everybody. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yay! Do it again. You know, I mean, at least that basic thing that when we start speaking we're like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, God, we got to start somewhere. You know, I'm not saying that language is everything, the words are anything, but getting back to that subject matter, I see a huge kind of blank spot coming up. It just hasn't connected yet. And my theory is that whenever Uranus goes into Gemini, there's going to be like this huge, amazing breakthrough, because that's the way that Uranus is. And when it's hitting Gemini, it's kind of a trine with the Uranus ruler being in Aquarius, and then, whoa, Libra is going to be there. My generation lights up. Somebody like me comes up and says, yes, we understand we need an economic, social division system created of this through AI working for the fact that there are human beings here. And how do we prove it? Look at the language that just is already here. Organization. If it resonates with you that there's just men and women here, that's it, folks. Then maybe you too can qualify to just get your stupid bill pay over there. That's nobody's single fucking individual struggle because they have not gotten the right education. No, figure out how to work this fucking thing. Now, getting back to it's like, oh man, see, I dare say that I can pay my taxes with it by just 500 people sending me $20. That's it. See, it can happen for you. That it ends up that you get $10,000 from that? Whoa, people, whoa, why aren't we doing this? See, you don't have to be enslaved to YouTube. Not at all. No, be enslaved to your common sense and say, okay, no, that's pretty simple. So how do we do this, though? How do we do it? Because I'm saying it's something like, oh, God, I'm sorry about looking at this and trying to solve this right in front of your face when it's like, babes, damn, how do we do it? See, you have content that you created, most likely. If you're watching this, maybe you didn't. See, that's the thing. Content creators must obligate themselves to be these kind of people that are higher minded. Okay, most likely they're trying to do something. They think they're all bad with something. Well, what is it? The best thing is to raise consciousness and say, you know what, and you can do this too. And furthermore, once you start inspiring people, there isn't anything more or less to do here than to start converting what we use inside of this institution, which, if you notice, there's this financial arena. Just make it work in our favor. Make it work for us instead of us working for it so fucking hard. Yeah. Yep. Just not using anything right. It's fucking using us. See, and I'm saying that it's because we have to get our language together. We just have to get a kind of like this happening. And it's happening for me just a little bit here. And I think that some people have like a trust issue or something. And it's like, no. See, the more and more we just get frank and we be honest about what's happening, like for me, I'm looking at no way. Okay, you have to communicate to your so-called narcissist if you think that they're getting you in a trap, and just say no, because if they're not willing to really actually meet you halfway, and see, this is the issue now, and thanks for listening to this, the issue that comes up with the halfway issue, like even reciprocation, well, a lot of times it's unrealistic. A lot of times you're not their financial equal. You're not going to keep fucking meeting them financially because they're manipulating you through financing most likely. And see now what do we mean by even reciprocation? It was explained, and I probably can't do it clearly here, but maybe you can do it for us in the comment section down below, because it only helps people who are reading this. If I label it just right and says narcissist, blah blah blah, more and more people watch it, and there's a profound reason why. It's unlike saying, well, we are getting enlightened today and love and peace. No, it's more like, fuck, and this problem, because we cannot get into the love and peace, and we have to find out what's stealing our joy when we identify the fucking culprit over there, which is no different than saying, yes, the devil exists, but what is that? It's the same as saying the narcissist exists. Whenever you see that darn word devil, it's usually capitalized because you're supposed to figure out, well, something that it points at in reality, and it's certainly not the capital M for mind. It is the mind, but it's not a capitalized M, because now we're getting into the fact that there are two here, two types of minds. The mind of God, which is outer space, the final frontier, just beyond the nose. I mean, how many cameras do we need to put up to finally acknowledge, yes, God and or reality is here? Truth of which can be seen, and you can imagine it. See, that's what's good about doing documentaries. At the very least, your little mind can imagine, wow, Jacques Cousteau, thank you for taking us all the way down there and showing us the way that a family of fish lived. Amazing. Just wondrous, you know what I mean? Can't knock that the possibility of knowing something beyond your ability to have an experience in your microcosm through this technology. See, now how important it would be if we applied it to the fact that the organism is rising up doing something. We are here to do something. Maybe there's something we're here to do, especially with this equipment. My goodness, the hottest hot seats, not only in the world, but like above the atmosphere here. We have intergalactic monitor. We have fucking interference from like different planets. You don't even know. Now we're getting in shown a sci-fi. If you want more, donate, please. It's just like coming to. It's like, babe, I don't have anybody here, and I'm being backed into a corner, and I would rather figure out some other solution that keeps me in my fucking zone of being relaxed here. And I would love to invite people, hey, know how to relax? And I want to be able to be of some help and assistance here. I want to be able to change this whole thing around for us. How, Shauna? Stop this video and go watch it 3 times. Watch it in fast speed if you have to. But try to catch on to something other than whatever your mind is serving you for. It's just like, can you just catch on to what I've been trying to talk about? Which, babes, if you have, okay, so let's getting back, like, how does it work? How will it work? Brainstorm with me. I get downloads and I'm being attacked at the same time. Somebody's out there that says, no way, you're supposed to work way too fucking hard for it. Serve the man and control everybody else with your anger, because you can't do it, and it never pays off. Ah!